Welcome to Adrenal Fatigue, Reversing Adrenal Fatigue. My name is Charm Penawart from MediaStream. Our special guest today is Dr. Ling Tai. He is the chairman, president of the Brazil Academy of Anti-Aging and Regenerative Medicine, BARM. He's a past faculty member and lecturer of the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine, A4M, frequent lecturer of American Naturopathic Medical Association and countless other anti-aging and health conferences worldwide. We're very delighted to have him. Dr. Tai, you have developed over 14 patents and over 100 plant-based formulas to promote a stronger, healthier, and more vibrant life for yourself, for your family, and of course, all your patients. Dr. Tai has been featured in many renowned medical newsletters, television appearances, and radio health talk shows. He's been invited to a number of virtual health summits. And in fact, he's going to be appearing on the Biostacking Summit with Dr. Howard Cohn as the host in May. So as this our webinar ends, we'll send you information about how to join the summit for free to hear more information about Dr. Tai. We're so delighted to have you. Everyone, please stay to the end because we are going to have a Q&A session. This is a live recorded webinar, so you'll be able to ask the questions. You'll get a recording to review, and also you'll get a free gift. 8 Powerful Secrets to Anti-Aging ebook from Dr. Tai. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We're going to get started pretty shortly, but these are some of the topics that Dr. Tai is going to be covering. What are some common symptoms of adrenal fatigue? The latest and most accurate non-invasive testing for adrenal fatigue. What is cortisol and what does it have to do with adrenal fatigue, and so forth. He's going to be answering all those questions in his presentation. And of course, please use your chat button. It's the little icon at the bottom, and go ahead and type in your questions because at the end, we're going to pick a selected number. And those that we cannot answer during this presentation, you can have a free consultation with Dr. Tai and kind of work with him to get your answers answered. So welcome, everyone. Dr. Tai, I'm going to let you take it away, and you're going to be controlling the presentation. And we're excited to learn about this because I know millions of Americans have this problem.
This is probably one of the most difficult medical problems that we have faced. Now, this is not a small thing because for me to say that, it comes from 53 years of practicing medicine. I am telling you, I have made all the mistakes that you can possibly make, and I am the champion of mistakes. So I have learned through my mistakes. I have actually honed and perfected how to take care of the patients and get the results that you deserve, that you're looking for. And I know that many, many people have gone to many doctors, and some of my patients, I am probably the doctor of last resort because they have been to 10 other doctors. They have spent probably thousands of dollars doing testings, and they have not gotten the relief that they deserve. So I'm going to go together here today with you, and I am going to explain to you. I'm going to share with you some of the most magnificent secrets, and I will teach you what are the important pearls that you're going to have to look for. Okay, so when I say that adrenal fatigue is one of the most difficult problems that doctors can ever conceive of, it's coming from not only the 53 years that I've been practicing medicine, because I have seen everything. I take care of cancer patients, I take care of thyroid, I take care of obesity, I take care of all of, and written 14 textbooks so that you know and taught at over 10 universities. And more than 25,000 doctors are my patients. So I will tell you that when I say that adrenal fatigue is one of the most difficult problems that you will ever encounter for a doctor, for a patient, for a hospital, it doesn't matter who you are going to have a hard nut to crack. And as a surgeon, I can tell you that for over what 30 years of being the top 5 surgeons in the country, I know what difficulty is. I can tell you because I see 120 patients a day as a surgeon. And so I have confronted many, many problems. But adrenal fatigue, oh, ladies and gentlemen, you are really butting your head against a really hard nut to crack. So I want to start by sharing with you what are the most common symptoms. Because my patients tell me, Dr. Tai, I am just beside myself. I have no idea what to do. I have been to all these doctors. I am absolutely stressed. I am anxious. They actually go through panic attacks. They actually have depressions. They say, I am taking 12 medications and I don't know what else to do. I have been to all the doctors. They have done all the different tests. I'm going to go over the tests with you today. And why do they fail? What are the reasons that these tests don't give you the correct result? And I will tell you, they tell me I feel run down. I just don't have the stamina. I am so fearful of all the different problems that I'm encountering. Joint pains. They tell me I have never had so many inflammation in my whole life. I don't know what else to do. I've been taking all the pain medication. I have been to the doctors and they just don't know what else to do. And I will tell you something that is very interesting. Many of my patients tell me I am losing my hair. They come to me literally and say, Dr. Tai, look, look at this hair. These are all the hair that fell off this morning when I showered and washed my hair. And they will tell me, the lady will say, if I continue like this, I'm going to be bald. I don't know what else to tell you. You've got to stop this problem. And they are struggling. They're struggling with insomnia. First, be able to do the correct test. And many doctors have a difficulty doing this test. You may have tried it. You have gone to the lab and they have drawn blood from you. But I will tell you that this test that you are actually doing with the blood is not going to work. I know. And you're going to say, but Dr. Tai, I spent all sorts of money doing these tests, but they tell me it's normal. They tell me it's okay. But I will tell you what, these tests are not accurate. You know why? Because blood tests, when you take an adrenal that is severely fatigued, but when you go to the lab, when you see this woman come to you with a big long syringe and a needle long, oh my gosh, long needles, they stressed you out. And so what? All the cortisols go up. And they will say to you, oh, but your cortisol is normal. It's not normal because you see, you are normally very fatigued so that your cortisol levels are very low. But because you are stressed when you go to the laboratory, because they are actually going to stick a needle in your blood vessel, that scares the daylight out of people. And when you are scared, your cortisol goes up. And so the doctor says, your cortisol is normal. No, what we want to do is that we are going to try to help you. We are going to help you to do this test at home, where you are at peace, where you are not stressed out, so that we actually can find out what is the true the true level of your adrenal on a daily basis when you are not stressed out, when you're not scared to death. So, what we do is that we do a saliva test. And you know why it is so much more accurate? Because we actually run 5 different tests. That's right. We take samples every 3 hours throughout the day. And why is that good? Because the adrenal is produced, this hormone that is produced from the adrenal gland is produced in spurts. You see, that is why people don't know that. They think the adrenal is produced all day long, drip, 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 and there is no up and down. No, the adrenal goes way up and goes way down. So if you only do one blood test, you cannot tell whether you are catching it on the bottom, you're catching it on top, and you are stressed out. No, these are all artifacts. So, what I tell you to do, what I have discovered through 53 years of making mistakes, is that if you spit 5 times a day, we do several samples throughout the day when we actually catch all the nuances, all the ups and all the downs. So then we know exactly what your adrenal is doing under all the circumstances. And that way we know how your body is truly reacting. And this way, I will know exactly where to pinpoint what exactly is going wrong. Does that make sense to you? So I will tell you, don't do all those blood tests because they are inaccurate. Do the saliva test at the comfort of your home. So if we do 5 times a day. Now, most people will tell me, but Dr. Tai, what does the adrenal do? I mean, why is it that I am so stressed out? Why is it that I have no energy? Why is it that I'm so tired? Why is it that I cannot sleep? Why is it that I'm gaining all this weight? Well, let me tell you. So here it is. I am going to share with you that all of these problems are major. So these are the different symptoms that I am pointing out to you. I am showing you all of the list of the low energy, the flu like fatigue, the arthritis, the pain, the inflammation. And I will tell you that the stresses are tremendous. 93% of my patients are suffering from stress, they are suffering from depression. And you know what? 87% of those patients are tired. They are so fatigued, they are falling asleep at work. And at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, oh my gosh, they want to just go to bed. So what do? They reach out for the energy. They reach out for the energy drink. They reach out for the coffee. They will do anything they can in order to stay awake. So the energy boom is going out of sight. We are drinking millions of gallons of energy drink. So what I am showing you is that all of this adrenal fatigue is creating many cases of diabetes, many cases of obesity, of problems with overweight. I myself am a patient. I myself, horrible. I suffered for many years of adrenal fatigue, and I have brain fog, just like my patients. They tell me, I cannot remember. I don't have concentration. I cannot solve problems. I don't know what to do. So here today, I am going to help you because they are getting older. They're getting older faster, and their skin is dry. Their hair is falling off. Their eyes are puffy. Their wrinkles are beyond control. So I am telling you, the saliva test is the key because not only are we doing all the cortisol, but we are doing all your biohormones. We know what your progesterone levels are. We know what your testosterone levels are. We can actually pick out the bad estrogens, and we will tell you, be careful, because these bad estrogens may actually raise your, yes, your incidence of cancer. And these are completely preventable. They are preventable. I'm sharing with you all of these wonderful ways, wonderful tips. These are pearls that you should learn about how to mitigate, how to prevent the problem. So, where is the adrenal gland on your body? Well, I tell you what, we have two kidneys, and on top of the kidneys, there are two triangular glands. And these are really small. They're about the size of a nut. And they sit on top of the kidneys. They are so much part of the kidneys that for many, many centuries, the Chinese thought that the adrenal gland was in the kidney. Yes, when you talk to a Chinese physician, they will say that the adrenal gland is part of the kidney, but it is not. So we know today that the main hormone from the adrenal is called cortisol. The word is cortisol. And you know what? Cortisol, I'm going to make it real simple for you. Cortisol does two things very important, more important than you can possibly imagine. The number one function of cortisol that saves your life, that makes you live longer, is anti-inflammation. You know, cancer comes from inflammation. Arthritis comes from inflammation. Heart disease comes from inflammation. Brain strokes come from inflammation. All of it is come from inflammation. And the very only thing that can lower inflammation in your body is cortisol. So, ladies and gentlemen, if your adrenal is not functioning, your cortisol is low, you have no anti-inflammation. You are going to have a shorter life. You're going to have a harder time. You're going to have more diseases than ever. And all because you cannot lower your inflammation. And so this is key to you having longevity as well as the quality of life. The second little pearl, the second secret that most people don't understand about cortisol is, yes, the cortisol is sugar. It controls the sugar in your body. And when cortisol is not working, your sugar is, number one, very low when you need it. Because I tell you what, if there's a stress and you are not able to deal with it, it's because you really cannot have the energy to deal with it. You don't have the brain to deal with it. And people start going crazy. They start yelling. They run away. They have a panic attack. They don't know what to do. Why? Because you don't have a control. Your sugar controls your energy. Your sugar controls your metabolism. Your sugar controls your weight. Your sugar controls the ability to deal with stress. And I tell you, this is so important. So let me give you some pearls. Those of you who have adrenal fatigue, I will guarantee you, and I was a major problem. It was a major problem for me because I'm a surgeon. I was a surgeon. I was a top 5 surgeons in America. I saw 120 patients a day. A half of the hospital patients for surgery was dedicated to Dr. Tai. And I tell you what was my dilemma. I hated to get up early in the morning. And surgeons, it starts at 6 in the morning. And boy, I tell you, I woke up every morning yelling, I hate my job. I didn't want it to get up. And I didn't feel well until 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That is when the sugar started to come back up. Because in the morning, the nurses used to always say, don't say hello to Dr. Tai, because if you say hello to Dr. Tai, good morning, he will bite your head off. Well, I did not feel well. That is the first sign that you got a severe adrenal fatigue. That's right. And be careful, because with adrenal fatigue, if you don't go to bed, and I'm going to teach you something very, very important. If you don't go to bed by 11 o'clock, let me tell you, by 12 o'clock, you get that second wind. Holy mackerel. You will not go to sleep until 3 in the morning, because I am telling you, you are ready to party. And that is amazing. There are people that literally say, I can't go to bed. I just cannot sleep. But you know what? They can't get up in the morning either. And that is a definitive sign of adrenal fatigue. So you can see that the high cortisol is spiking the first thing in the morning. Why? Because that spike of cortisol tells you that you got a working adrenal. If you don't have that early morning spike, you have adrenal fatigue, because you don't have enough cortisol that keeps you going all day. So now, my patients tell me, Dr. Tai, what do I do? How am I going to solve this problem? There are literally thousands of books written about adrenal fatigue. And I tell you, in all sincerity, none of them know what to do. They are all trying to help your adrenal to come back to life. But today, after 53 years of writing 14 textbooks, teaching thousands and thousands of doctors all over the world, I am going to give you 3 steps that are going to make your adrenal come back to life, and you are going to thank me for the rest of your life, because I am going to make you younger. You're going to have more energy. You're going to be able to sleep like a darn baby. Yes. And you know what is going to start? It's all start with your brain. And you're going to go, what? What do you mean with your brain? Well, let me teach you a little secret that most people will not tell you. Most doctors don't even know this. There is a research that came from Russia. I do these research because I have to teach doctors on how to solve problems. And there is, from this research, a wonderful piece of pearl. This little nugget will change your whole entire way of dealing with adrenal fatigue. And that is, from the brain, from your pituitary, there is a little hormone called adrenal corticotropic hormone. Yes, sounds like a long name, but you know what? I'll make it short for you. It is called ACTH. Voila! If you are able, and most people, most doctors are going to go right after your adrenal to make you better, but it doesn't work. You have to start with the brain. Why? Because without adrenal corticotropic hormone, your adrenal will not wake up. It will not pick up. It will not go to work. It's like you yelling at your kids, hey, listen, buddy, you better wake up because you're going to miss the bus going to the school. You got to wake that kid up so that they get ready to get dressed, to get their breakfast so they can go to school. You got to wake up that adrenal. And I tell you what it is. It is natural. It is just a simple natural amino acid. And all you have to do, this is so wonderful. You cannot believe it how amazing this is. All you have to do is one little squirt on each nostril in the morning, and by golly, voila, you are adrenal waking up and going to work and working for you all day. Now, and only now, you can address the problem of the adrenal fatigue. Because you see, without waking up the adrenal cannot go to work. So now that you woke it up, you can now give him all the different kind of supplement. You are basically going to layer all these beautiful supplements that are plant-based. They are food that actually will nourish your adrenal. It will make your adrenal come back to life and go to work for you so that you can tolerate stress, so you can think better, so you can have more energy, so you can get rid of all those pounds that you have accumulated. And I'll tell you what, one of the beautiful aspects of this is something, this is something that people never even thought of. American doctors don't know. You know what? Because I steal from all these different cultures. You see, I steal from the Russian research. I steal from the Japanese research. I steal from the Ayurvedic Indian research. I steal from the Chinese research. And there is a supplement in China that used to be only used by the king. Only the royal family can use it. And that is a mushroom. And there are three mushrooms. You see, most Americans, they only know one cordyceps. It's called Cordyceps sinensis. But this is the wrong one. When they work by itself, they cannot do the good job. So they need three different cordyceps to actually have the endurance, can actually have the stamina, and actually clean your adrenal. And this is why I tell you, when you use these cordyceps, and you cannot take the cordyceps powder, you have to take the extract. You have to take it when it is already extracted from the mushroom, because mushroom is not digestible. That's right. You don't know this, but the mushrooms are made of wood. They are wonderful in terms of fiber, but they are no good for your system because we humans cannot digest fiber. So learn. The Chinese have extracted this into a extract so you can actually have it bioavailable. And now you put together with your B complex, because the B complex is for your brain, it is for your energy, it is for your memory, it is for your nerves. It is a sublingual delivery with liposome. That's right. You see, we want to give you the full benefit of all those vitamins. Without it, you don't get the benefit, because you know why? Your stomach cannot carry it. You know why it cannot carry it? Because it lacks the enzyme. The body cannot utilize vitamin B because it doesn't have the right enzyme to use it. Now, my patients tell me, that's great, Dr. Tai, but I still got a problem with my stress. I still got a problem with the anxiety. How do I deal with this? Because you see, when I take all of those calming drugs that the doctor gave me, I fall asleep. I cannot handle it. It makes me so depressed. that I feel worse because I have no energy. It brings me down, they say. How do I deal with the stress and anxiety without without putting me down? And I teach them that these amino acids that I talk to you about, they have a very special 7 groups that we chosen very carefully of these short amino acids. And all you have to do is replace those amino acids in your brain. Oh my goodness, you cannot believe it. I am telling you, you will not believe it. I have literally patients come back to me and say, Dr. Tai, I don't know what the heck it is, but you are a miracle worker. And I say, I'm not a miracle worker. All I did was the research. All I did was share with you. I know you think I'm a miracle worker, but I am nothing. My wife, you just ask her. She thinks I'm an idiot. So, what I want you to know is that this works immediately. Can you believe it? Within the hour, you are going to feel like God put his hands on your shoulder and say, honey, you're going to be all right. And all of that stress and anxiety somehow just melts away. That depression starts to go away. You start to have a whole new part of life. And I want you to know that patients tell me, Dr. Tai, I don't know what to do, but I go to bed like you told me before 10:30, 10 o'clock is when I tell them to go to bed. But they say, I am wide awake. And you know what? They say, I have 2 problems. One, I can't fall asleep. And the second one, which is even more common, and I don't know that you understand this, but I hope you do, is that people fall asleep, but then they wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. And they walk around, they go to the bathroom because they don't know what to do. So they go to the bathroom, and some of them don't even need to go to the bathroom, but they just do it because they don't know what else to do. And then they cannot fall asleep. And they tell me, what do I do? You know, one of my patients, she told me, she said, last night I went and watched TV for 3 hours until I got tired. And then I went back to bed. Well, you can't do that. So what I do is something incredible. And ladies and gentlemen, please don't take sleeping pills because those prescription sleeping pills, they literally knock you out. It's artificial sleep. They are not real sleep. It's kind of like you want an apple? Well, let me give you a styrofoam apple. How would you like that? How does that taste to you? Well, it's not going to do you any good. So, sleeping pills are artificial. I want you to sleep naturally. I want you to just lay back and take some deep breaths. I want to go to teach you a couple things, very important. In order for you to sleep, you do have to bring your heartbeat to about 60 beats per minute. And how do you do that? You do that by, and people tell you all sorts of things. They tell you to breathe this and count that, and you have to hold it for 7 seconds, and you have to breathe out for 20 seconds. And holy crap, by the time I do all of that, I'm wide awake. I can't do that. I tell you, it's much simpler. Just take gentle breath. Take deep breath and relax. And people say to me, when you take deep breath and relax, your heartbeat goes down, goes back to 60 when you are getting ready to sleep. But you know what they tell me all the time? Dr. Tai, my problem is not that. I do all the breathing, but my problem is my stupid brain can't shut up. It just talk, 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 talk. It talk, talk, talk. It just worries about the stupidest things, and I don't know how to shut it off. It worries about nothing. These are stupid things to worry about. So what I teach you is this, very simple. Don't listen to all this bull crap. They are all going to take you down the wrong path. There is a one simple technique. You take this spray, these little amino acids, you know what it is? They are missing these amino acids in your brain. And they create this talk, 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 talk. And they don't shut up. So what you do is you spray one on each nose and you take a deep breath when you spray it in. And I swear to you, take it generally 1 to 2 hours, the spray, before you go to bed. So if you're going to go to bed at 10 o'clock, take your spray at 8 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, you're ready. I promise you, you're ready. And it is natural. It is no withdrawal. There is nothing there's no side effects. All you do is relax and sleep. It is so amazing. And when you wake up at 2 in the morning, all you have to do when you're going to go to the bathroom for nothing, because you don't have to go to the bathroom, you might as well just reach over and spray one spray. Instead of one in each nose, just one spray on one nose. Boom, 15 minutes later, you're back to sleep again. This is really, and I want you to know that fatigue, the energy, the cortisol deficiency, so severe. So what I do is I want you to be younger. I want you to have young energy. So I give you natural phosphocholinate. These are natural fatty acids. They are natural amino acids. You put it under your tongue within the hour, no jittery, not coffee, not stimulant, nothing. Just wonderful, calm energy. And those of you who have brain problem, yes, I have them. Those of you with the memory problem, yes, I have it. Why? Listen, folks, I am 77 years old. I tell you, when you got to be nearly 80 years old like me, words just don't come about easily. They leave you. You have all sorts of learning problems. You have all sorts of memory problems. You have all sorts of problems with your brain. The sharpness, gone. Okay? All of it gone. I use one spray on each nose in the morning for my brain. That's right. It passes the brain barrier. You see, nothing gets to the brain because the brain barrier stops it all. So I take a max brain, I take the memory, and those are special. They are plant-based. They are food-based. Vitamins and supplements makes your brain that much better. And I want to share with you that, you see, I was a very, very fat person. I was nearly 200 pounds at one time. And I tell you, I had a belly so big, I couldn't see my shoes. And I would never buy shoes because why would you buy shoes if you can't see them? So I really had to get myself back in shape. So what I do, I lost weight. And I created and I started to actually do research, publish them in a medical journal. These are real research. They are not TV guide. They are not magazine research. No, these are medical journal research. These are some of my patients. Donna, she was menopausal. Look at her. Look at her thighs. Look at her waist. This is 60 days after. I am telling you, this is incredible. Well, look at this lady. She is the richest woman in South America. Okay? She is a real estate tycoon. She said, she went to the doctor with a plastic surgeon. She said, I want you to suck all my fat away. And the plastic surgeon said, I cannot do that. He said, you're going to die if I do that. She says, I'll pay you any amount that you want. And she said, I got to lose the weight in 2 months. And you know why? Because her daughter is getting married. And so the plastic surgeon said, Dr. Tai, please help her. Look, I put her on a very specific diet. I put her on a very specific supplement. I melted the fat. You have to melt the fat. The fat must come out. And here, I taught this same technique. I taught this same procedure all over the world. This woman is from Chile. Okay, let me show you. This is here how she started. Look at her belly. Look at her thighs. After 60 days, look at her on the second picture in the middle. And after another 60 days, look at her right picture. This is incredible. And you know what? She kept it out. Just like this doctor. This is, you know what kind of doctor he was? He was in one of my classes. I teach MDs on how to lose weight. Do you know what his specialty is? Obesity. That is his specialty. Okay? Now, I tell you what, he came to me after the class and he says, I don't think anything that you taught us is new. I said, maybe not. He says, because look at me, I got perfect arms. So I look at his legs. He says, I got perfect legs. But the son of a gun won't tell you that he's 9 months pregnant. I mean, come on now. I mean, this is ridiculous. This man is ridiculous. And he did not want to do my program. So his wife told him, honey, I love you. You are diabetic. You're going to die. I want you around. And she started crying. So he says, okay, just to appease her, I will do your program. So I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, I will work really, really hard. I have 53 years of medical practice, 53 years of experience. I have been a top surgeon in the country, top 5. I have taught 25,000 doctors. I have written 14 textbooks. I have been a professor at more than 10 universities. I think I know what to do to help you. And I am here and I am ready to reach my hands out. And all of you who have questions, all of you who have tried other doctors, well, give me a chance to help you. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when I am 77 years old this year, and I'm nearly 80 years old, my legacy in life, my only focus in life is to be useful to you. I have learned all my mistakes so that I can take care of you. Give me a chance to do that, and you will not be sorry. So I think that this is where we can actually help you. Call my office. Do the best and make an appointment. I will give you a free consultation so that I can help you to hone in to what is exactly the problem that you are experiencing. And I will give you a free consultation so that we together can walk through and I can show you how you can get better. I can show you the pearls that we talked about today. I can show you the little secrets and the research that I have learned all the answers. And this way, we can get you better together. Okay? Does that sound good?
That sounds amazing. Thank you, Dr. Tai, for a very passionate presentation. I think everybody felt the energy that you have, and you definitely don't have adrenal fatigue for sure. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. We're going to be now entertaining some questions from the audience. And so if you have any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat box. Again, Dr. Tai is actually giving away his ebook that I presented in the previous slide, which is the 8 Powerful Secrets to Anti-Aging. This is the book, has all his clinical pearls in it. He has other books as well, but this is the one that you do get free. And there's plenty of information in there to help you answer questions that you may have. But right now he is available. So let's take this opportunity for those who want to schedule an appointment with him. Feel free to visit drpaulingtai.com, and the web address is on this page. Click on the top free consultation and you'll be able to schedule. He does have his supplements available for doctors as well as for the regular public, which is at healthsecretsusa.com. So, but before you take anything, we always advise, always schedule a consultation, speak with Dr. Tai. This way he can help you run the saliva test, have a more accurate, customized plan for you. Wow. Well, thank you very much. I think we're out of time right now. It's 4:04. Thank you so much from our audience. And again, you can visit drpaulingtai.com. This is a recorded webinar. We will go ahead and make it available. And also all the supplements that he did present in his presentation, you will be able to download that. We will provide you links to go visit and take a look at all the supplements that are that Dr. Tai has actually formulated himself. So that is available at healthsecretsusa.com, as well as on his other website, barmshop.com. But that's for specific members. And he does have a membership, private membership portal, where if you do join, you are available. There's a lot of support, a lot of research, a lot of webinars that you have access to as a BARM member. So thank you very much, Dr. Tai. I know you still have more energy, more than all of us put together, but I appreciate you. And thank you everyone for tuning in. We have your emails and we will be contacting you. Go ahead and go to his website, drpaulingtai.com. All righty. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Or
Bye.
evening.